Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be adding maps to a Vue 3 application using Leaflet. So as you can see, this is a demo of the application. I've put my location using the sensors. Let me show it to you if you're not aware about it. You have to do Control Shift P in your Windows. You write sensors, and you can change your locations using this. So this is what we're doing in this video, and we can basically add also markers, and whenever we click on those markers, we are able to get the latitude and longitude. User marker is user marker, and if you refresh it, it's persisted using the local storage, as you can see here. So this is what we're building by the end of this video. So for this, we'll be using Leaflet. So I've already went ahead and created a basic white project, basic Vue project using white, added some basic stylings and remove everything extra, as well as added the Leaflet package. So now we need to do some basic setup. We need to come here in the Leaflet.js and come to the Leaflet Quick Start Guide. Now let me come here in the index.html place and just paste this. Other than that, we need to also paste the JavaScript, but since I've already installed JavaScript Leaflet package using npm, we don't need to do that. Let me copy this div id equal to map. Let me create a component. Let me add that here. Now before proceeding furthermore, let me first of all create the store, like basically write the code for the local storage. So for that, let me write store slash so first of all, let me write an type. It's going to be marker. It's going to have latitude, which is going to be a string, as well as a longitude, which is also going to be a string. Now we need to write user let me use the local storage. I've already went and installed the Vue.js core also here. So from that, we'll be using use local storage. So I'll write user marker, as you might have seen in the demo. And this is going to be by default an object. Let me just give it the marker here. And let me cut this and paste it here. This needs to have a couple of things, just ignore that. We need to have latitude. I'll be giving it some 0 value, as well as the longitude. Let me just copy paste them. And sorry about this, it has to be number instead of string. So we have latitude, longitude. Let me copy paste it and create nearby markers. You can give it just an array, empty array, and this has to be markers. So we'll be using that in our map.vue. So now we can come back to here, and we need to import a couple of things. First of all, let me import Leaflet itself. And let me create a variable which is going to reference this map which you're going to create. This is going to be of type leaflet.map, as well as a user marker. This is going to be leaflet.marker. We'll be using that. Don't worry about that. First of all, now we need to do onMounted. So what we'll do is I'll be using another composable which is given by which is provided by Vue.js. This is called use geolocation. But before that, let me come to geolocation API. What happens is the browser gives us two methods. Basically, one is the get current position and another is watch position to get the location from the user. The get current position is gonna retrieve the current location, And watch position, as the name suggests, is basically gonna watch the position if it changes. And as you might have seen in our demo, we'll be changing a location. So hence I'll be using this. I would like to use this watch position, which is by internally used by that. This same thing is being used here also in our use geolocation composable. Let me show you the source code here. As you can see, watch position. So I'll be using that anyway. So to use that, we'll be calling this method itself. Let me copy this. Let me come here, paste it, put it below here somewhat. I'll not be touching anything else. I'll just be taking the coordinates, or you can say chords here. And let me now have on mounted what below is like. Let me come here and show you the quick start guide again. Here, if you come below, you need to basically, I'll just copy this lines, paste it. And for map, we'll be having our own map. Instead of L, we'll be having leaflet. Map is basically gonna refer this div here. And set view will be having the user marker. Not user marker, what is his name? A user marker only. I think I need to import it. Let me get the nearby markers also. So user marker will be here. Then I need to take the value dot latitude. Similarly, user marker dot value dot longitude. So what happens is, like, basically LeafNet is going to center our map based on this location which we pass, as you see center. So I'm passing a user marker itself, and you can ignore those. Cannot assign map. Okay, this has to be let. And let me reload my VS code. So this is done. Now we need to have a tile layer. There are different tile layers you can use: Mapbox or OpenStreetMaps, etc. I'll be using, since it's a video, for this video I'll just be using the OpenStreetMap, but you should check out a tile users policy of theirs if you're planning to use it in production. Anyway, I'll be using that for this video itself. You can use Mapbox, etc. I've just copy pasted it, nothing much special there. And let us see what is there in the UI now. I've run it in the localhost 5174 port now. Let's see what are the issues. Okay, there's no issues as such. Okay, sorry about that. I think I forgot to import in the app.vue. Now we need to add the styles also. So I've already went ahead and did some basic styles, like width as 100%, height as 100 VH, to give this map complete viewport size. Now let me refresh it. As you can see, there is something coming up now. Now if I zoom out, as you can see, we are here, and since I'd given the location by default as 00, that's why it's going at that location, which might be weird for you, but you can ignore the Kanban store here. For the user marker, basically it's going to give latitude and longitude, and nearby markers are empty. Now we need to come here and basically get the user's location. So let me go to the code once. What will happen is, instead of here, sorry, we will be basically using latitude and longitude. So we'll basically be needing to watch the check for the changes. So I'll just write watch effect here. Let me just import it also. So watch effect is gonna basically allow us to, let me first assign it. Whenever we get the changes, ports dot value dot latitude, this we need to assign it to user marker dot value dot latitude. Similarly for longitude also, save. So that whenever we get the location from course dot value, By default, it's going to be 0. Then a user is going to allow the location, and after the user allows the location, then we'll basically be putting the value which we get from the coordinates to the user marker. And this is also in the scenario when the user moves, like I'll be showing it while doing the sensor way, basically using the sensor. Now let us see what happens. Leaflet view 3. Let me refresh it. And as you can see, saying attempted to load an infinite number of tiles. This is because of the reason, like let me show you the code here. By default, the composable is putting positive infinity and positive infinity, and that's why it's coming up. So to avoid that issue, I'll be doing an extra check. If chords dot value dot latitude is not equal to number dot positive infinity and similarly for longitude also. Only then will you basically be assigning it. So now let us save it again, refresh it, come back here, refresh. As you can see, it's showing some location. Now if I make it San Francisco and refresh it again, as you can see, we are getting a different location now. So now what we do is, like basically we need to plot the marker, which we already have declared here, user geo marker. So we need to basically plot it. So for plotting, again we can come to a quick start guide. It has that also, seems. Here as you can see, let me copy this, come here, and we need to first of all come here and just add leaflet. I need to give it again the same user marker value, latitude and longitude. Let me copy this. And I'll be assigning it to the user geo marker, which you already had declared at the top previously, this one. Now let us see. As you can see, we are able to get it. Now if I change the location, Shanghai, what happened? Some issues happening here. Let me go outside and see. As you can see, we are able to do it. Okay, but here comes the issues. Like first of all, if you're changing the location, the user has changed the location, but the marker is still positioned there. So what happens is, like we need to remove the marker from the map and then position it to the, then basically add it to a new location. And other than that, another scenario is like whenever you're basically changing the marker, we need to again change the view also, like how we had done previously, like in the top. Where is that? Here, set view. So hence we'll be doing that. First of all, let me check here. If the user geo marker is already there, then I'll do leaflet dot, I think what was it, map, sorry, map dot remove layer user geo marker. Only that's first. So basically when before adding, we'll basically remove if it's there, then we'll basically set it to view also. Here as you can see, copy, paste. Let me do map dot set view again. Now let me come back. Now let me refresh it again. Now I'll go to Sao Paulo. I'm not sure about pronunciation, sorry about that. We'll be going to London as well, then Mumbai as well. As you can see, it's working fine, and only one marker will be there. As you can see, there is no markers as well. Other than that, let me we'll be basically be adding other markers also on while the user clicks on them. So for those scenarios, we'll be again having this what should I say, same color. So to avoid that, what I'll do is, like I'll be giving it different color. There is a lot of you can say complicated stuff which we can, or basically there are a lot of ways to do it, but I'll be doing a very simplistic way. What I'll do is, like I'll be getting the element which represents the user marker. This is gonna give us the element. I'll do element dot style. First I'll just check whether the element is there or not to keep TypeScript happy. And then I'll be adding the filter. I think it was this hue rotate. Let me paste it directly. Now let me refresh it. As you can see, it has given us a different color. So it becomes very easy for us to identify. And like in the demo, let us add a bind pop-up as well. Basically add a basic markup, you can say. Bind pop-up. It will take HTML also. I'll be just using the basic stuff here. Basic text, which is user marker. Save. Refresh. As you can see, it's a user marker pop-up. Okay. Now we need to basically add it for others nearby markers also. So for that, what we'll do is like we need to basically listen on the add event listener. Sorry, it's map dot add event listener. It's going to be click event. First of all, let me do console.log e to show it to you what happens whenever I click. As you can see, we get some details here. As you can see, we'll be basically getting lat long in here, which is going to have the latitude and longitude. We'll be needing that. So for that, what we'll do is like we'll be getting lat long, which is going to be lat, which I'll convert it to latitude just for more readability, and similarly lng, which I'm going to convert to longitude. Then I'll be doing something similar. Let me copy this. Let me copy this part, paste it. Now I'll write leaflet.marker is going to basically be latitude and longitude. And for the bind pop-up, I'll just write a basic markup here, which is gonna be nothing but latitude. What was in the demo? Let me show it. Check it out once more. Saved marker address. So I'll just copy this basic markup, paste it here. Let me do string interpolation here. Now we need to have strong tags for this. So basically you can write the markup here. There might be better ways of doing it, but I'm trying to keep it simple. And I need to have latitude here, which I'll just fix it to 2 position after decimal. Similarly longitude also. So this is gonna basically add it to the location, and it's gonna have the marker also. Now let us see whether it works fine or not. Let me come back here, refresh it. As you can see, it's working fine. And when I click on it again, as you can see, it's saying save marker at this. And I think I missed out one here. No, it should be outside. Okay, that doesn't matter much. As you can see, it's not persisting because we forgot to put it here. So after adding it to marker, we need to also add it to, where is it? Yeah, it should be outside. Let me remove it. Just get a lot of extra stuff. Save. Yeah. Now we need to also add it to the nearby markers. So I already had imported it. So I'll do nearby markers dot value dot push. It's gonna have latitude, which is gonna be just latitude. And it's gonna have longitude, which is gonna be longitude. So this is gonna basically add it to marker. Now if I try to do it, now if I refresh again, it's gone because we are not rendering it. So we need to render it also. So for rendering, what I'll do is like I'll just take this code, copy it, and I'll just write here nearby markers dot value. I'm gonna basically iterate through the array. So each, just paste that code. Let me just destructure itself, latitude and longitude. So you're able to understand. I think it's just basic code. I'm just copy pasted the logic of the on click one and to the nearby markers, so that it's basically persisted, and whenever we refresh it, it renders it again. So let me now refresh it again. As you can see, it's rendering also. Now if I add one more location, it's working fine. So this was it, I think, for the basic demo. Now if I go to another location, London is there, but those markers are going to be there because those have been saved in a local storage. Let me go outside mode. Yeah, as you can see here. So that was it, I think, for this whole video. This was just a basic introduction of Leaflet using Vue 3. Basically, you can do a lot of stuff with Leaflet. You can basically use routes, etc. And let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make something similar for Google Maps or maybe using Mapbox, etc. Let me know in the comments. Based on that, I'll see if it makes sense to make more videos on this. And I think that was it for this whole video, and hope to see you in other videos as well. And bye.